Hello students, I am Dr. P. A. Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor in the Department of Food Science and Nutrition, Avinashalingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women, Coimbatore. I welcome you all to ePathshala. Today we are going to see about the module Research Design. Fundamental to the success of any formal marketing research project is sound research design. The function of a research design is to ensure that the required data are collected and that they are collected accurately and economically. In this chapter, an attempt is made to discuss the various aspects of research design. A researcher attempting to solve his problem should necessarily prepare a plan which will help him to attain his ultimate motto. This plan is nothing but a research design. It is a plan for the collection and analysis of data. It is a tentative plan which undergoes many modifications as the study progresses. It represents a series of guide posts to enable the researcher to progress in the right direction. Now let us see about the meaning of research design. A research design or model indicates a plan of action to be carried out in connection with a proposed research work. It provides only a guideline for the researcher to enable him to keep track of his actions and to know that he is moving in the right direction in order to achieve his goal. The design may be specific presentation of the various steps in the process of research. These steps include the selection of a research problem, the presentation of the problem, the formulation of the hypothesis, conceptual clarity, methodology, survey of literature, documentation, bibliography, data collection, testing of the hypothesis, interpretation, presentation, and report writing. All these stages have been discussed in subsequent content. Thus, it is a crucial step in the dissertation of thesis because if a wrong decision is made, the whole study may be criticized on the grounds of inappropriate design or even worse as being unscientific or illogical. Coming to the definitions of research design, several definitions of research design have been advanced by several writers on the subject of research methodology. A few of them are presented below for our easy understanding. According to Pauline V. Eng, a research design is the logical and systematic planning and directing a piece of research. The research design, according to her, results from translating a general scientific model into varied research procedures. It gives an outline of the structure and process of the research program. Without such a plan of study, no scientific study is possible. Jogda and et al. Have defined research design as the arrangement of conditions for collection and analysis of data in a manner that aims to combine relevance to the research purpose with economy in procedure. Vimal Shah has said that the design is the plan of study and as such it is planned in every study, uncontrolled as well as controlled and subjective as well as objective. Let us now see about the essentiality of research design. The above definition gives the essentials of a good research design. They are: it is a plan that specifies the objectives of the study and the hypothesis to be tested. It is an outline that specifies the sources and types of information relevant to the research questions. It is a blueprint specifying the method to be adopted for gathering and analysis of the data. It is a scheme defining the domain of generalizability, that is, whether the obtained information can be generalized to a larger population or to different situations. Let us now move on to the importance of research plan. Why research plan is important? Now let us see about the importance of research plan. A research without a pre-drawn plan is like an ocean voyage without a mariner's compass. The preparation of a research plan for a study aids in establishing direction to the study and in knowing exactly what has to be done and how and when it has to be done at every stage. It enables the researcher to consider beforehand the various decisions to be made. What are the objectives of the study? What are the investigative questions? What are the sources of data? What is the universe of the study? What sampling method is appropriate? And so on. Without a plan, research work becomes unfocused and aimless. The researcher would find it difficult, laborious, and time consuming to make adequate discrimination in the complex interplay of factors before the researcher starts his work. Researcher may not be able to decide which is relevant and which is not, and may get lost in a welter of irrelevancies. The use of a research design prevents such a blind research and indiscriminate gathering of data and guides the researcher to proceed in the right direction. A research plan prescribes the boundaries of research activities and enables the researcher to channel his energies in the right work. With clear research objectives in view, the researcher can proceed systematically towards his achievement. Thus, the design also enables the researcher to anticipate potential problems of data gathering, operationalization of concepts, measurement, etc. Research design is needed because it facilitates smooth, effective, and economical working of various research problems. It yields maximum output with minimum effort, time, and money. It can be illustrated with the help of one well-known example. For construction of a house, we need a blueprint by an expert architect to reduce the cost and construct attractive, durable, and nice house. So does the research design for the researcher to minimize the cost. It is useful to prepare an advanced plan for collecting and analyzing the information, keeping in view the objectives of the research and availability of men, money, and time. It provides an opportunity to the critic to evaluate the projected study. Next, we will move on to the concepts relating to research design. Before describing the different research design, it will be appropriate to explain the various concepts relating to design so that these may be better and easily understood. Dependent and independent variables, extraneous variables, controlled, confounded relationships, research hypothesis, experimental and non-experimental hypothesis testing research, experimental and control groups, treatments, experiment and experimental units. Well students, you all try to know exactly the meaning for the above said concept. Let us now see about the classification of research design. There are a number of crucial research choices. Various writers advance different classification schemes, some of which are as follows: experimental, historical, and inferential designs, exploratory, descriptive, and casual designs, experimental and ex post facto designs, historical method and case and clinical studies, sample surveys, field studies, experiments in field settings and laboratory experiments, exploratory, descriptive and experimental studies, exploratory, descriptive and casual design, experimental and quasi-experimental designs, true experimental, quasi-experimental and non-experimental designs, experimental, pre-experimental, quasi-experimental designs, and research survey. The different categorization exists because research design is a complex concept. In fact, there are different perspectives from which any given study can be viewed, and they are mentioned as follows. The degree of formalization of the problem, that is, the study may be exploratory or formalized. The tropical scope, breadth and depth of the study, as in case of a statistical study. The research environment, that is the field setting or laboratory survey study. The time dimension, which includes one-time or longitudinal study. The mode of data collection may be as observation or survey study. The manipulation of the variables under study in case of experimental or ex post facto. And the nature of relationship among variables include descriptive or casual study. Next we will see about the kinds of research design. The different kinds of research design are discussed below. Number 1, design of exploratory or formulative studies. The purpose of exploratory studies are to achieve new insights into a phenomenon. The major emphasis in those studies is the discovery of new insights or ideas. The reason for aiming at new insights or ideas is to formulate a more precise problem or to develop hypotheses for further definite research. An exploratory research will be effective and turn out to be fruitful if the following methods are adopted before the initiation. Survey of the literature, experience survey, and analysis of insight stimulating cases. Number 2, design of descriptive studies. Descriptive studies aim at portraying accurately the characteristics of a particular group or situation. One may undertake a descriptive study about the works in a factory, their age distribution, their community-wise distribution, their educational level, the state of their physical health, and so on and so forth. Also, one may study the conditions of work in a factory, health, safety and welfare, etc. Diagnostic studies refer to scientific differentiation among various conditions or phenomena for the purpose of accurately classifying these conditions. In its broadest sense, diagnostic corresponds to the fact-finding aspect of clinical practice. Its objectives include screening and classification, personality description, prediction of outcome, and attainment of insight by the client. Number 3, design of experimental studies. The term experiment is frequently linked with laboratory. The investigator of the experimental method is able to observe and measure the effect of manipulation of the independent variable or the dependent variable in a situation in which the operation of other relevant factors is held to a minimum. The experimental studies are most suitable for testing the causal hypothesis. A hypothesis of causal relationship asserts that a particular characteristics or occurrence X is one of the factors that determine the another characteristic or occurrence, which is Y. Coming to the next aspect, that is preparation of research design. Planning involves deciding things in advance. Accordingly, the preparation of a research plan involves a careful consideration of the following questions and making appropriate decisions on them, which includes what is the study about, why is the study made, what is its scope, what are the objectives of the study, what are the propositions to be tested, what are the major concepts to be defined operationally, on the basis of what criteria or measurements the operational definitions are to be made, when or in what place will the study be conducted, What is the reference period of the study? What is the typology of the design? What kinds of data are needed? What are the sources of data? What is the universe from which the sample has to be drawn? What is the sample size? What sampling techniques can be used? What methods ought to be adopted for collecting data? What tools ought to be used for collecting data? How the data are to be processed? What techniques of analysis ought to be adopted? What is the significance of the study? To what target audience the reporting of the findings is meant? What is the type of report to be prepared? What is the time period required for each study of research work? What is the time limit within which the whole work should be completed? What is the cost involved? These series of questions should be considered with reference to the researcher's interest, competence, time and other resources and the requirements of the sponsoring agency, if any, to formulate a Pakka research design. Thus, the considerations which enter into making decisions regarding what, where, when, how much, by what means constitute a plan of study or a research design. Let us now see about the features of research design. Research design is a plan which specifies which type of information will be revealed to the research study. The collection and analysis of the data requires the strategy to be specified which will be used for research study. Research design has main emphasis on the time period involved and financial outlay required. The research activity may suffer if these aspects of time and finance are developed as constraints. Therefore, a proper research design has to have the following aspects. Number 1, proper understanding of research problem. Number 2, data collection procedure. Number 3, population to be studied. And number 4, data analysis method. Let us now move on to the factors for appropriate research design. The following factors are involved in appropriate research design. The method for obtaining necessary information of the study, the ability and the skill of the researcher and his associates in conducting the research study, the objectives of the research problems are required to be properly studied, and the nature of the research problems also requires due consideration. The last important aspect is the characteristic of a good research design, which is more important for a research study. A good research design is often characterized by adjectives like objectivity, reliability, validity, and generalization. Generally, the design which minimizes bias and maximizes the reliability of the data collected and analyzed is considered a good research design. The design which gives the smallest experimental error is supposed to be the best design in many investigations. Similarly, a design which yields maximum information and provides an opportunity for considering many different aspects of a problem is considered most appropriate and efficient design in respect of many research problems. A research design appropriate for a particular research problem usually involves the following factors. Number 1, the means of obtaining information. Number 2, the availability and skills of the researcher and his staff. Number 3, the objectives of the problem to be studied. Number 4, the nature of the problem to be studied. And number 5 is the availability of time and money for the research work. In short and in a nutshell, a good research should ensure that the measuring instruments can yield objective, reliable and valid data. The population is defined in unequivocal terms. The requisite size of the sample is collected by using the technique of same selection. The appropriate statistical analysis has been employed. The findings of the study can be generalized. Next, we will move on to the evaluation, that is another important aspect of the research design. The fundamental questions in evaluating a research design pertain to the precision, reliability and relevance of the data and their analysis. Before actually carrying out a research, it is better the investigator re-evaluates his research design. This can be achieved if the investigator verifies the following aspects for their expertise. How precise are the observations? Can other investigator repeat the observations? How explicit are the hypotheses? Have the problems and hypotheses been stated in operational terms scientifically? Has the plan of research been presented in detail so it is logic in apparent? Do the data actually satisfy the demands of the problem? That is, do they actually demonstrate the conclusion? Does the research design ensure a comparison that is not subject to the alternative interpretation? Last, let us see about the advantages of research design. The preparation of research design has the following advantages, which includes saves a lot of researchers' time, which is more and more important, directs the researcher to prepare himself for executing the various activities in a systematic manner, enables resource planning procurement in right time, better documentation of the activities while the project is in progress, ensure project time schedule, instills and builds up confidence among the students and provides satisfaction and sense from the beginning to the completion of every stage of the project. Let me summarize by stating that this lesson we have discussed about the meaning, definition, essentiality, importance, concepts, classification, kinds, steps involved in the preparation of research design, features, characteristics and evaluation of research design, which are the important points to be considered in the formulation of any research design in any field. All these steps are to be put on the paper to avoid ambiguity at a later stage. An unplanned research work may entail a lot of fruitless labor and wastage of time, money and effort. The work in research design thus starts after the selection of the problem and ends before the collection of data. The gap in between the two should be bridged carefully with a well-planned research design. Reliance on the results can be placed only when the research work has been carefully planned from the start to the finish. Thank you.